Well, hello there, Kansas City. Stephen St. John here with another episode of Hot Mic with SSJ. And before we get started, I'd like to thank my main man, Patrick Carter, KCFarmersAgent.com, KCFarmersAgent.com. He loves the show, he loves you, and he's local. So, he's here to help you complete your insurance picture. How about that? Go to KCFarmersAgent.com and reach out to Patrick Carter. Also, CBD American Shaman. Go to CBDAmericanShaman.com and you can vape, or you can have some edibles, or you could smoke, or you could apply that topical cream all over your body while you're listening to Hot Mic with SSJ. Thank you to our friends at CBD American Shaman and Patrick Carter, KC Farmers Agent. Got a couple of people in studio for this episode of Hot Mic with SSJ. Also, programming note, Nick Leckie is out of town this week, so next week he'll be in to broadcast episode 2 of the Nick Leckie story, and so he'll be in. Then after that, we've got Jamie Bluma, who's going to tell the story of Jamie Bluma, and also Matt Beasler has committed to becoming to being a guest on this show. So we've got a lot of people coming up. Steve St. John Sr. will make his way back in studio, but right now, Todd Lebo is here with me to help me host this podcast, and our special guest is former Royals pitcher, and he asked me to read all of his accomplishments.
No, I did not. That's a fucking lie.
He said, read this shit or I won't come on your fucking podcast. An all-star, former all-star, World Series champion, ALCS MVP, Gold Glove Award winner, AL wins leader, AL ERA leader, Baltimore Orioles Hall of Fame, and number one in your hearts, Mike Boddicker joins us. Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Well, pretty much dead after listening to all that.
And it's opening day today.
It's opening day. That's
all
I care about.
You'll listen to this later.
That's all I care about.
We're wearing Royals gear.
Is Royals opening day today. I'm excited. I'm excited about the direction the Royals are going, the new ownership, what they're trying to do out there. I am pumped. This has been a long time since I've been pumped to watch Royals baseball.
How long has it been since you've been pumped, Lebo?
Let's see.
About 12 hours?
Yeah.
Last Sunday night.
About 12 hours?
Hey, so we're going to do an origin story on Boddicker at some point, too, right?
We're going to start.
I thought you said orgy story?
I thought you said orgy.
Yeah, no, I have no.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the orgy story.
The guy's a Major League Baseball player. Of course there's
If
orgy.
that happened,
there is none.
I'm going to guess those when you were with the Red Sox.
No.
Okay.
So
there's some bad things with the Red Sox, but I wasn't involved.
If I'm here when we do the origin story, I will ask this then, but please ask about the time he begged to come out of the game because he'd thrown 70 pitches and he thought it was just too much.
Wow. You just want to piss off Petro, don't you?
Well, I mean, we got an hour. Would you like this to be more of an origin story?
No. We got to do that.
We got
every
things
one
to
of these
do.
got to be like 2 parts because this is an old man. He's got a lot of
Yeah,
stories.
I might not be around for the next part.
This is an opening day special, but also a very special edition because we have the big bourbon raffle coming up for the Boddicker Foundation. You can get more information by going to BodickerFoundation.org. This is being recorded on Thursday, and so then tomorrow night on Friday, April 8th, today's April 7th, tomorrow's April 8th, that's the cutoff to buy tickets for the bourbon raffle. All you have to do is go to BodickerFoundation.org, click on Learn More, and then you could buy the tickets. They're only $5 each. You could buy an unlimited amount of tickets, and you'll get a chance to win fabulous bottles of bourbon. Then we're going to live stream the bourbon raffle on Tuesday, April 12th at 7 o'clock. Just go to BodickerFoundation.org for all the information. And we are talking about some great stuff. All the proceeds will support Children's Mercy through the Oncology Family Support Fund. It's a tremendous cause. I'll be one of the hosts of the...
This is when you shine, Steve.
Is it really?
Yeah, you really shine.
Usually I shine when I take my hat off because I'm bald. Nate Bucati will be there. Jamie Bluma will be there. Gary Lezak will be there. You'll be there.
You and
your
Lezak
family
together, and it just turns into a party.
All
it's a
bets are
party.
off then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're talking. So what? In the way, if you haven't seen this, how many tickets did we sell last year? It was thousands. Right?
Yeah, we end up with $83,000 to give to the Children's Mercy
Do that math.
Oncology Family Fund.
And so then we have all, and we're going to draw them by hand.
What?
No randomizer.
No, we're
robot.
drawing by hand. We're
Drawing by
Lezak's
hand.
reaching his hand in that drum, and he's going to be pulling out
Easy
names.
There.
And
yeah, thank you.
Well,
and
whatever.
so we've got, and we're talking about, And for people that know, you're a big time drinker,
yes.
Lebo.
Oh,
you were telling us how
that's
you
the
got
understatement of the year.
You were telling us about the time that you believe you were overserved some delicious Blantons on St. Patrick's Day.
I'm not going to show you this video, but I have the audio.
The bottle. Let's hear what is it. Let's hear
this bottle right here.
Listen to this. What was you saying?
I got. It's going good.
So we've got.
We finished the Blantons that night.
Pappy Van Winkle, 15-year.
Yeah.
You've got a Van Winkle Reserve, Lot B. Old Rip Van Winkle, 10-year. A Blanton set with custom display.
That's beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. There's a picture of it. Yep. I'll show this on the.
Yeah.
Look at that. You could win that whole thing, including the display case, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
you know what? The kid that did the display is friends of my son. He just does it in his shop. Is
that one prize?
Yeah, that's
the whole thing, all the bottles and everything?
One draw. One draw, you can get it all.
You can win with a $5 purchase, a $5 ticket.
Yeah, you can win it all. And they've got, each one of these has a letter on them.
So that spells
a letter
them
of authenticity.
Spells them out. They're, BLATON.
So what do you got here? You got a bottle of Blantons.
Yes.
And that
would be, that's an A.
Drink that bottle here on the podcast.
That's an A.
No,
Lebo.
that's going to be for
And
someone.
what about this? The 10-year-old Rip Van Winkle?
That's a hell of a bottle. That's really good. And this right here.
Rock Hill Farms.
I was given to me. We got a call from a guy out in Blue Springs. And said, hey, I want to donate a bottle. If you want to stop and pick it up, I'll be at the Hy-Vee store out here. And we drove out, my wife and I, and great guy. And he thought, I've got this bottle, and I thought, this would be a good thing for her.
Awesome.
And we get that all the time. The people in Kansas City, Stephen, are unbelievable. I mean, I looked online, Ron Buck Roofing, big donation. Ron is just fabulous, Buck Roofing.
What about Colonel E.H. Taylor Jr. small batch?
I think we got a couple of these. I mean, we just got a lot of really, really high-end bourbons. And I'm not a huge bourbon drinker. I'm more of a Canadian whiskey kind of guy. You
like absinthe, don't you?
I like Crown. I like Crown Reserve. That's my.
Oh, is that what you like?
I really like.
How do you like it, huh?
Straight up.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Like a neat.
These are bourbons that Mike says it's best to cook with. You just
right.
No, that happens.
Mix with a nice Coca-Cola.
I was telling Lebo, my son Corey got into the bourbon stuff, and he started getting these nicer bottles and stuff like that. And I guess his wife had found a recipe that called for some bourbon, so she went and got high-end bottles.
Get the most expensive bourbon. Just
use it to cook with.
Yeah,
They didn't go over.
I
bet that shit tasted good.
I bet you it was really good.
Get you fucked up.
Hey, that happens. Hey, he didn't mark them. Hey, all she had was bourbon up there. She just went and grabbed it. It's not her fault.
These are for drinking. This is for cooking. And this is for the guests. These are mine. Right.
This is not the Mike Boddicker origin story, because at some point we have you on the podcast, and we're going to take you through your life like we took Frank Bull. Now, hopefully,
God, dude, that took forever.
You can do it in less
Bull
than
through Bull's life.
Fucking 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say
it was a long.
That covered the first 20 years.
Yeah. But this, I would like you. It's opening day. I want us to tell some baseball stories. And I've been lucky enough to listen to some of your baseball stories.
Yeah.
First, when I say opening day, what's your best memory that pops into your mind about opening day?
The first thing that pops into my mind is I started opening day for Baltimore.
What year?
I think it was 85 or 86. Okay. I'm pretty sure it was 85. When they juiced the balls?
87 was
87 was the juice balls when everyone started hitting home runs.
It must have been 87. So I'm starting opening day, and we're facing the Texas Rangers, right? And had no idea. Odemay McDowell's the first hitter.
Yep.
Odemay McDowell's about
a little bit
4 foot nothing, right? And slaps, I thought, okay, I'm going to start him out fastball down the way. First pitch of the year. Fastball down the way, fly ball to center. I'm going, oh, that was easy. One pitch, one out.
Yep.
20 feet over the center field wall. And I'm going, what the fuck just happened? Jeez. I said, come on. That guy's a flea. There's no way he can hit the ball that far. Well, I found out that year
they were all going.
Everything was going, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's nuts. So
well, see you, but hey, here you go. It was only a 2-1 game though. You got
I know. I pitched really well.
7 2/3, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks.
That was
3
the only run I gave up.
You were okay.
Yeah. Well, I was nitpicking like a bitch after that because I knew the ball was going to fly out of there.
So my first opening day I ever went to. Opening day used to not be the big party with 40,000 people. Like in Kansas City, you go back and look at attendance. There's 25,000 people there. It's just a game, right? So it started.
It should be just a game, but it
started being a big deal after the Royals won the World Series in '85, and then everyone wanted to come watch the rings. They were going to play the Blue Jays. They had beaten the Blue Jays, obviously, in the ALCS, and that just so happened to be the first year and the first day I was a food vendor at the K. So
now what did you sell?
That day I sold hot dogs. We didn't really receive training. We went out there and they kind of told us, here's what you do. You come through. It was the logistics of the day. You come there and you check in and you pick the food. There was a stack of each food. You went through as a seniority list.
Okay, what did you want? So if you had seniority, what
I would have rather sold like peanuts or Coca-Colas back then or something. That was a nice day. But I go through. I'm the 95th guy on the list. So I go through there and I see hot dogs. I see them downstairs. I didn't want to go upstairs. The stairs upstairs fucking scared me all the time. They're steep.
You can fall down.
They still do.
Yeah.
They still
was that
do
the worst thing you get stuck with, hot dogs?
Yes. Another story, another day, maybe. I sold hot pretzels once. But hot dogs, and I think they do it this way now. But again, back then it was a great big metal box.
Yes.
And on the left side, you open up and you actually undid the buns.
Yep.
And you wore these little fucking gloves. And then the other side had a sterno in it. So you had a hot metal box with hot dog juice and hot dogs in it. And you had ketchups and mustards. There was no packets of shit, right? This is 1986.
How much were they in 1986?
$1.25. So I walk out, and I'm the 95th guy through the list. The ceremony's going. They're passing the rings out. It's fucking, everyone's going crazy. And I walk out. my arms are shaking. I'm 16 years old. I got this big fucking heavy thing of hot dogs, and I'm going, hot dog? There's a hot dog. And I walk down. I'm on the right field side, or left field side. I walk down, and I go up the aisle right by GA, and I'm hot dog, and these people go, hot dogs too. I said, all right. I set the thing down, and I start fucking working on the first hot dog. I put my dumb gloves on. I get the fucking bun out. I put the hot dog on, and they say, mustard. I squirt mustard on it. I get the little tissue. I pass it. This is very work intensive. Next one, they want that passed down. They pass the money down, and as I'm passing the second hot dog, the first hot dog comes back, and they say, "Can I have one without a hair on it?" And there's this huge fucking black hair just wrapped around.
So it wasn't your hair?
Not mine. So I'm like, okay, sure. I make another hot dog. I take that hot dog. I put it down inside my box with the bun, right? And I walk back up the stairs. I'm like, God, this sucks, man. Walk up the stairs. I'm at the top there. A little kid comes up to me about 6 years old. Can I have a hot dog? I said, yeah, it's $1.25, whatever. I said, do you want mustard? He goes, yeah. I reach down there, pull that hair off, and hand the hot dog.
Son of a bitch.
I'm off and running, man.
What a jackass.
What an awful guy.
I remember my dad, how fucking mad he was.
So here's what I did. They told us, you probably make about $50 a game.
Right.
I made like $25 that day, hardest $25.
So how did you, how did they figure out how much you made?
Well, what you got was, you got 19% of what you sold. So if you sold a hot dog, you got about a quarter.
Okay.
Right? And so I sold, I think, like 4
You had to work harder. If you want to make more money, you work harder.
You got to get your ass out there, up and down those stairs.
So fucking sore when I got home, and I was like, I'm going to quit this shit. So that I go out. This is how opening day works. The next day, it was a Saturday. It was colder than fucking hell. The day Dennis Leonard came back and he pitched. Dennis Leonard came back and he pitched one game in 1986 because he had fucked his knee up.
Yeah.
And he threw great on that Saturday.
No, he threw a complete game.
He was awesome.
I watched it on TV.
He was outstanding. And there were so many vendors because it was the very beginning of the year. There was no attrition yet. No one had quit. So I'm selling Frosty Malts. It's like a day like today. It's fucking cool. Frosty Malts upstairs. There's one of us for every aisle. I made $8 that day. I'm like,
so there was no
fuck this.
You didn't get like an hourly wage plus whatever?
No, if you didn't make enough to cover minimum wage, they would pay you minimum wage. But even at $8 an hour, in that day, I'd made more than minimum wage was, or $8.10. I can't remember exactly what I made.
$8.10.
But it was something like $8.
WHB.
So then eventually people quit immediately because
Right.
they're like, this sucks. And eventually I worked myself up, and then where you made more money, and I did never work really fucking hard. I sort of worked hard. I worked hard enough.
Kind of like here.
Yeah, a little bit. Here's what I wanted to do. My goal as a food vendor was to watch every time George Brett was at the plate.
Oh, yeah.
And watch all that. And then eventually when Bo Jackson came up later that year, I
So
watched all of
basically, you
those
made out
matches.
like a bandit.
Yeah, I watched baseball and we went out and drank beer in the parking lot and, listened to the ball game on the radio.
You know, back in those days, there's a good chance you might have been drinking with George out there.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
They said we had to park in lot D, but that's my first opening day I ever went to.
$1.25 sounds great, but I remember because at one point they were 75 cents.
Yeah.
When my dad and my mom used to take me to the game, and my dad would get so fucking mad
75
because
cents?
I could put away. Shocking! I could put away Royal Plumpers.
Yeah, and you could buy a package of hot dogs for
30 cents.
Right.
Yeah.
But I get out there, so 75 cents. I'd eat 3 or 4, and he would just be fucking pissed. And I remember when we went out there, when they had raised the price to $1.25, he lost his shit. It was like $1.25 for a fucking hot dog. God. And he was just so like, because he knew.
I can't imagine your dad doing that.
And then my mom would sit there, and say,
Let him have his salchichas.
let him have a hot dog.
He likes the salchichas.
He likes the hot dogs out here, Steve. Why in the fuck doesn't he eat them like that at home? And so then, do you guys remember? So then they started selling Royal Plumpers at the store.
The Buke Royal Plumpers.
Right.
Buke
So-
Royal
and then I'm
Plumpers,
thinking, oh shit, this is a big deal for me. But then you get them home, they don't taste the same.
No, they don't taste it. You know
No,
why?
why-
You know
Hot
why?
dog grease.
Why?
Because when they do the hot dogs at the stadium, they make them like 4 days in advance.
That's what
and
I
then
like.
and just have them.
That's what I like.
Keep them hot for 4 days and then throw them out there.
And I remember
It's a whole different taste.
my dad.
Am I right?
I think
My-
probably.
Yeah, okay.
It's not healthy, but my dad
No, it's
made
not healthy.
We got the Royal
They're
Plumpers.
green, actually, by the time you get them.
And he grilled them, and everything. We had them, and I ate like half of one, and I didn't like it. And that
That's
fucking put him.
60 cents there, you asshole.
But he's like, God damn it, eat the ballpark and eat 4 of them. It just drove him fucking crazy. And I probably in my mind think I'm just do this to
piss him off, yeah.
Right. But now, how much are hot dogs now?
I don't know, probably $4 or something like
Fuck.
that.
Because then I went through that with Phil.
What about Buck Night?
Phil go out.
Buck Night, they might be $1.50.
Here's the deal. And maybe that fuck Buck Night because fuck that line. That line
We
for
went to Buck Night last year.
yeah.
I
Remember
hate
all
that fucking line.
The
I'm
station
sure.
went out there on
You'd
Buck
rather
Night.
pay the extra money
I'm
than
ready to
stand that
pay
line.
$5 for hot dogs so I don't have to stand in that fucking line.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. I don't mix
For a
well with
while,
Buck Night.
I don't know how they sell the hot dogs now. They may not even walk with them anymore. But then for a while, they were already pre-wrapped. You just passed them out. But when I started, that you assembled the goddamn hot dog.
I don't
And
wanna
so
hear-
I probably
No.
only sold hot dogs 6 times
This
in my life.
bullshit
If
from
you get the hot dogs. They got the whole condiment thing upstairs where you just go do your own stuff.
Give me once you were a seasoned vet. Give me your hot dog call. There was a guy who used to go, beef on bun, get your beef on bun. That sounds good. What did you say?
I didn't sell hot dogs often, so I mostly sold peanuts. And
give me your
Coca-Cola.
call.
Well, it would be peanuts. And
Make it like, come on.
so you would walk down. First thing I'd always do, I'd go out to GA and I would walk down there. Bag of nuts here, jumbo. Bag of nuts. Bag of peanuts. Who wants some nuts? And then the guy, there was always the same fucking guy sitting in the front row of right field GA, and he'd say, and this is when the sponsor who sold the nuts was Guys, and he'd say, "What kind of nuts are there?" And I would go, "Guys nuts." He goes, "I don't want any Guys nuts." And we'd all go, "Ha, ha, ha." It was funny.
So do the call again. Do it again,
Bag of nuts here, jumbo. Bag of nuts, peanuts.
Okay, so that's
or you go ice cold Coca-Cola.
What else
Okay,
did you? What else did you say?
Cotton candy for a bit.
Do the cotton candy.
Cotton candy. Let's see. We would go. It would just see cotton candy here.
That sucks.
It's not as good.
What about the Frosty Malts?
Frosty Malts were good. Frosty Malts were good. You'd find out what night there was like the Johnson County 3 and 2 upstairs.
Sell me a Frosty Malt. Sell me a Frosty
that's a
Malt.
big
Frosty
sale.
Malt here.
I like that
Chocolate malt.
I like that little flat wooden spoon. That was
Tongue
under there.
depressors with it. It was good because they were when I first started they were 75 cents. So the kid would give you $1, you put the quarter right on top and hand it back down to him with a spoon.
Did you ever
then they
eat
went
your
to
own-
80 on there?
Did you ever get high on your own supply?
No, because
Never once.
That's out of your own fucking pocket.
But never once said, let me just have a hot dog. I'll pay for it, whatever.
No.
Give me-
No.
They were
What is
green.
wrong
Why
with
would you
you?
want to?
So here's the way it worked with food. And by the way, I just saw today, I got an email from the Service Employees Union Local Number 1 just came to an agreement that apparently there was some labor strife with the fucking vendors out there. We were union members. And I just saw the commissions went up to 20.5%.
Ooh.
It was 19 when I was there, so it was more money. But what was I going to say about the fucking Frosty Malts?
I don't know.
No,
They were
here's
cold?
What we got when you worked there, you could buy a book of tickets that you could use at the concession stand that were basically half price. For $5, you got a little book of tickets that was $10. So you got 50% off the food. So there would be $1 tickets and 50-cent tickets and 25 tickets, and we call those food stamps. We got some food stamps to go up there and get our food.
Okay, so speaking of food, and we'll move on from this.
We got to go opening day stores.
Did you see the new
gotta
sandwich out there with the Reese's?
Here
on
it is, right here.
Ah.
So The new sandwich
Reese's peanut butter
out
cups
of Kauffman Stadium. It's the barbecue Reese's sandwich. Will feature pulled pork.
No thanks.
Sweet Baby
I'm
Ray's
passing.
barbecue sauce. It's still what the fuck?
Why would you want to ruin that
these-
sandwich with
No, that's still. Am I going to get in trouble for this?
We like
Probably.
all barbecue sauces to be sponsors, but go ahead, do what you want.
But the Sweet Baby Ray's, do we have any relationship with them?
Not now.
I haven't said nothing.
I don't know if we do.
Yeah.
I don't know if we do. But go ahead and say what you want to say.
Yeah, this is
Say
your
why
show.
is it
What's
not-
in your heart?
This is your
In my
show.
heart, why is it not a fucking local barbecue sauce?
I agree.
We're one of the capitals of barbecue. Am I wrong by fucking saying that?
I agree with you.
I agree.
How come it's
Because
not
we
Bryant's or
have
Gates
some great
or
Gates.
Joe's.
You know, Kansas City,
Joe's.
Joe's
Yeah.
Kansas City.
Fucking
Right?
Jack Stack.
How the fuck do you?
I love Jack Stack.
I'm saying maybe
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Maybe Baby Ray, you're a fine person. How the fuck do we land
By
on
the way-
Sweet Baby Ray's in Kansas City?
Next week, Sweet
Cash.
Baby Ray's brings you hot mic for Steven
Well, then
Seagal.
bring me some. I'll taste it. Let me give
Wet
a blind
my
taste.
beak.
It.
Wet
That's all I'm
my
asking.
beak.
So barbecue. Okay, so it's Sweet Baby Ray's with pulled pork, Reese's peanut butter cups,
Nah.
and bacon bits, all wrapped in a classic hamburger bun. Listen to me. I love pulled pork. Listen to me. I love Reese's peanut butter cups. And let me tell you something. That sounds like a fucking bun filled with diarrhea to me. That doesn't sound fucking good at all.
There's no way I'd ever get that.
Am I
Ever,
wrong?
ever.
You tell me,
No
is that?
way. It's disgusting.
But how do they even come up with that shit?
Probably some taste kitchen.
But who would take? Do you think is there a chance that we're not being open-minded enough and we taste that
Nope.
and it's this
Nope.
is delicious?
Nope.
This fucking satisfies my palate.
It could be, but
How
no.
could it be?
No.
It couldn't be.
no.
Here's what I would when I go to the ballpark.
They-
I don't want the gourmet shit.
I'm gonna
I
make
want
you
a
fucking eat
I
that.
want a hot dog or
Here's
a
the
Polish
deal.
sausage or some fucking nachos.
Yeah,
This year,
that's ballpark food.
Yeah.
we're going to a ball game, and
not
I'm gonna
ordering that.
fucking make you eat that.
You know how they?
And you're
just-
gonna give an
you know-
online
You know how
review.
they hide it? Because everybody likes bacon, right?
Yeah, well,
they got bacon bits in there. They think that's going to be the cure
That doesn't
to
mean
hide something.
Okay, if you tell me it's a pulled pork sandwich with bacon bits, that's fucking delicious.
Yeah, I agree.
But I have not had a pulled pork sandwich.
Give me a pack of Reese's next to it.
Right.
So I can
it's
eat
like,
it afterwards. Or,
Maybe it's like chocolate on a pretzel. You
I have
didn't know you liked it
not
till you did it. I don't
had a
know.
pulled pork sandwich and
no.
thought to myself, what this is missing is a Reese's peanut butter cup on
missing
here.
I agree.
dessert on it.
I agree.
And again, I apologize to anyone associated with Sweet Baby Ray. I just want fucking answers. That's all I want, because we have a lot of barbecue sauce we could fucking highlight in Kansas City.
it's all
Have a
about the
rip-
money, Stephen. You know that.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Give
It's
us
all
another
about
opening
the
day
money.
story.
Why don't you,
You ever get in a fight on opening day? Come on.
No.
Tell me
You ever
about
get
it.
snowed out on opening day?
Yes.
Where at?
Yes. Which time? I mean, when you're.
Baltimore,
I spent
Boston.
10 years up on the East Coast. Boston, hell, you only had 2 weeks of summer.
Right.
That was it.
great.
The rest of it, there's a chance of snow anytime.
If you
So-
July 28th
Yeah,
to August
sure.
8th.
if you could go back in time and punch one teammate in the fucking mouth or an opposing player, if you could, just one.
I hate to say this because he's dead, but
Well, I mean that's
Alan Wiggins. was
Alan Wiggins.
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
He was a jerk. He was a jerk to everybody,
He's
though.
a dassel.
Yeah, he was just a jerk to everybody.
What'd he do to you?
He treated everybody like shit.
Rest in peace, Alan Wiggins. But you
rest in
treated people
peace.
like shit.
We got him from the Padres.
What?
Weaver was there, and he wanted to get some speed on the team. So we
Yeah.
trade, and we get Alan Wiggins.
You get Alan Wiggins for some speed because that's what Earl Weaver
he did
wanted.
his okey doke thing where he just take off, and try to. And it's like he'd get picked off so many fucking times, and Eddie's sitting there going, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, that's my thing. Leave me alone." I'm going. It's just
You think Eddie would punch him too?
probably
Yeah.
yeah. Eddie would have.
Yeah.
Eddie Murray looks like he's ready to punch somebody.
Yeah, Big Ed didn't like Alan. Nobody. I don't think anybody did.
So he's on the team,
But
and
still,
he would
rest
just
in peace.
He just
Rest
do
in-
that.
well, yeah, he's passed away. I mean,
he didn't do it. I'm just,
yeah,
it's,
I
you know,
didn't-
he's so he just did his own thing and didn't listen. But
No,
did
man.
Earl
He
Weaver
did-
like that? He probably
No,
pissed
he
him
found
off
out
too.
later it wasn't a good thing to have him on the team. So
Right.
You always hate to find that out later.
Who did you hate facing, like as a hitter that was a fucking asshole, and you wanted to get him out and you couldn't get him out? Like, fuck
well, he
this
wasn't
guy.
an asshole.
Oh, who was it?
Well, there's a couple of them. Rance Molnix, I could not get out.
Rants.
I
Not
want to hear
Lance,
about a guy that
Rants.
you didn't like, though.
Guy I didn't
Who
like.
didn't you like?
Who'd you want to ear hole?
I know that
with
you don't like people. Who
76
didn't
mile an
you
hour
like? Yeah.
fastball.
that's why I wouldn't do any good.
Who
Yeah.
would you like to go back and hit with a pitch maybe a couple of times?
Bod tries to
I-
intentionally hit someone. They get out of the way because it's just not going fast enough.
Actually, I hit Willie Wilson on purpose.
Oh, did you?
What did Willie do?
I was actually with the Royals, and Willie was with Oakland.
Oh, yeah. You guys did not play together here, right?
No.
He was gone, right?
No, Bean was already gone.
But there were some rough feelings there too, because the Royals didn't think he had anything left, and he went to Oakland.
Right.
He was still all right, you know.
I'm sitting there, and I'm having one of those days where my curveball is just flipping big. It's hard to control. Mm-hmm. I don't know why it got so big, but it did, right? So the book on Willie was, get him off slow early and then hard late. And so basically I'm throwing curveballs and changeups. Well, my curveball's big. First time up, I throw a big curveball and it sweeps. It's out. It's in the other batter's box, sweeps and hits him in the back foot. So he gets hit by a pitch, goes down to first base, and he's mumbling and shit, right? Next time up.
Did you have a history with him before this?
No. Next time up.
It's clearly accidental if you get a back foot curveball. That's not.
Yeah,
he's muttering under his breath. He's walking.
Right? I'm trying to hit you.
But you hit his moneymaker.
Okay. Right. So anyway, next time up, another curveball. Hit him in the shin, right? Now he's flipping out.
Was that on purpose?
No, it was a curveball.
You got no control.
I'm not going to hit somebody with a fucking curveball. I'm going to hit him with even though my fastball was not good.
Okay.
You're still going to feel it with a fastball.
You hit him again.
Yeah, so he goes down. He's cussing going down to first base, right? And
pissed.
In the next inning, I'm out there, and he's the top step of the dugout, screaming at me, just rah, rah, rah. He's pointing, and he's
What's
pointing.
What's he saying?
I couldn't really tell what he was saying, right?
Yeah.
And I see the Oakland guy sitting in the back, sitting back, going, yeah, like this, And I'm sitting, and I'm starting to get pissed because he's still up on the top step. I'm going, listen, I wasn't trying to hit him, right? So he gets in the next time, third time through, McFarland was back there. Matt calls for a curveball. No. Calls for a...
Give him the heater, Ricky.
Calls for a changeup. No. Calls for a fastball away. Nope. Fastball in. I went, yep.
There you go.
Right? Matt gets over there and goes like this. Just drops his head. He knows I'm drilling his ass.
Right.
I smoked him right in the ribs. I thought, okay, come on, bring it on.
Oh, yeah.
Now you got hit. You think I was throwing it at you before?
Now I'm doing it.
Now I'm hitting you. I'm standing there waiting. Okay.
Nothing.
He walks down to first base, and there his dugout, Oakland dugout's laughing their ass off. They're laughing because they knew he didn't have the balls to come out.
He didn't say shit?
He didn't say a word, went down to first base.
That's fucking funny.
And then
I hit him 3 times.
And that was it?
That was it.
There was some sort of game. I remember once, I think Willie Wilson started a fight in Cleveland.
I like Willie. Willie's a great guy.
Because if he was going to charge Matt, he was going to get to you because he's fast.
He's fast as hell. I just figured.
That's a good one.
But did you ever, afterwards, like later on, did you ever talk to him about that?
We never talked to him about that. We talk. I mean, when I see him at events and stuff like that. Yeah.
He never come in and say, hey, what the fuck?
Hey, that's baseball.
Right.
That was part of the game.
Is there someone you see today that you still have hard feelings with, or they have hard feelings with you?
No.
Anywhere?
No, not really.
Because he's a goddamn sweetheart. That's why.
Not really.
Rod Carew didn't have nice things to say about your stuff.
Yeah, but he was great to me.
Well, he's a Hall of Famer.
Well, he came up the next day and apologized for what he said, and I said, "No, it was great. I was a rookie."
Rod Carew called your pitching repertoire "little league slop."
Yep, pretty much.
So how did you find?
Well, here's Earl Weaver had these 3x5 cards, right? That was our
Hall of Famer Rod
video
Carew.
and all this stats. Rod Carew, throw it as slow as you possibly can.
Right.
That's all it said on it. Ted Simmons can still hit a fastball. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of stuff we had on our cards.
So you got to give him slop then. He don't like
right.
it.
So I'm sitting there going, oh, well, throw it as slow as you can. I can do that. I'm really good at that, right? So Rod was hitting 400 at the time. He was with the Angels. He's hitting 400, and I'm throwing him some really sloppy crap up there, right? And I was a really good fielder, and he couldn't bunt on me. Mm-hmm. And so
one of the greatest bunters ever.
Yeah, he could bunt. But he couldn't bunt on me because I was really quick getting off the mound.
You won a Gold Glove.
So I'm throwing him slop, and that night he takes an offer and goes below 400, and so the reporters are going, right? And so that's when he said that stuff, and he said, my wife makes me take out better garbage than he was throwing to me today, which was true. And so he came up and apologized the next day. That was kind of
what did he tell you?
He just said, I apologize. I said some stupid stuff I shouldn't have said. I was just frustrated, and they were pressing me, and so I said, no, man, I was a rookie. You just made me famous.
Yeah.
Hell, Rod Carew said something about me. No, that's good. I said, honestly, I was throwing crap up there to you. And he started laughing, and we were friends after that. So
So you guys didn't have the little pitch collar thing on
shut up.
On the wrist
That
where
is the stupidest.
you would push the button.
like that?
We need more robots playing the game.
Well, I told you that.
Yeah, and that's what we're getting.
You
The
don't wanna
players are
listen to
becoming
me.
robots. You might as well get the robot umpires because everything else is robot. That's crap.
Now you're giving into it. Just bring it all on now.
Yeah, I won't watch it anymore then. But
I want to see like pushing the little button on the wrist and have it talk in Bod's ear. Fastball. That'd be great. You'd love it.
Okay, so
yeah,
so
your head goes both ways, up and down. No, you'd see a lot of no.
look, you obviously you played for the Orioles and you played for the Royals, but in between it was the Red Sox.
Oh yeah, my troubled years.
And you were traded, for people that don't know, you were traded from the Orioles to the Red Sox for Brady Anderson and Kurt Schilling.
Never heard of him.
Did you know that Kurt Schilling was batshit crazy at that point, or did
No,
you find that out
I
later?
found out later.
okay,
Yeah. So it's Brady, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, really?
I know Brady real well, yes.
He's batshit?
Was he juiced or not juiced when he got traded for?
Well,
Not
after,
yet.
After the fact, you don't go from not hitting any home runs to like 50
Okay.
home runs and not have something going on.
But you people got to understand, the Red Sox featured fucking Wade Boggs and Ellis Burks and Dwight Evans and Jim Rice, and you had fucking guys
Mike Greenwell?
Greenwell,
but
Jody Reed,
characters on the pitching staff like Roger Clemens,
Bruce Hurst,
and Lee Smith,
the Big Evil,
and Oil Can Boyd.
oh yeah,
and you had some fucking nuts on this team.
Oh, we did.
Right?
Yeah.
And so like
we fought all the time. Guys fought all the time.
Each other.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
all the time.
who fought the most out of those guys?
Oh jeez,
Looking to scrap.
Boggs getting a scrap real quick because he was always
You've
pounding
told
the beers. But
So you've told this story
Oh,
here before,
Boggs
but not on the
punched me,
podcast.
yeah.
You've heard this story, but here is it. Wade Boggs punched you right in your fucking mouth on a,
Wade's
on a plane.
Wade's one of my best friends.
So he would get on the plane, though. We'd hear those stories.
Yeah.
He'd just crush beer after beer. How many beers would he drink like on a flight? Like a 3-hour flight?
120.
That's bullshit. He didn't drink. Did he really?
Yeah.
He just beer after beer after beer.
He
after
could drink
beer.
it like, you would think even if it was water, you couldn't drink that much.
Okay.
But he could.
So we remember he had the issue with the lady
Margot Adams.
Yeah.
that would sit
I got
up-
traded right when that broke.
So she was sitting in the stands, and she'd give him a peek up the dress.
I don't know.
Lebo, what was right? There was things going on there.
something.
It was
What are you
an
waving this
addiction,
on for?
Steve. It was
Okay.
an addiction.
So anyway,
Yeah.
so this ends up Wade Boggs' wife starts to travel
Debbie,
with him
Debbie started traveling with the
to
team.
try to keep Wade Boggs. Was there any other wives traveling with the team?
No, just Deb.
So it's the team, Wade Boggs and his wife. She's
Yep.
on the team playing.
We'd be
keep an eye
playing
on him.
cards, and she'd be sitting back there making sure he
How-
didn't.
How was that taken by the rest of the team, though?
No, we didn't care.
You
Hell,
didn't
they
care
fought
that-
anyway. What difference does it make?
So you don't care. So
Nah.
one day you're on a flight,
Yep.
and who's playing cards?
Bugsy, I think it was Wes Gardner, and I can't remember who the other guy was. It might have been Greenwell.
And Dwight Evans was in the vicinity.
Dewey was sitting right across the
Okay.
aisle.
And where was Wade Boggs' wife at?
She was sitting right behind Wade.
Okay. Now, did she like to try to piss him off to get back
No,
at him
no,
or anything?
no,
Okay.
no,
So
no,
what
she-
happened here? What
We were
fucking
playing
happened?
cards, and everybody's drinking, and I was losing as usual, and all of a sudden Debbie just says, "You know what? You really got pretty eyes."
To you?
To me, I got hazel.
Unprovoked. You didn't say nothing like,
no,
"Hey
I have
there."
hazel eyes, and maybe the light was hitting just right. I don't
Beautiful
know. I
eyes.
have no idea. And
She's not wrong.
Right.
And next thing you know, Bogsy's coming across. I mean, we had the seats folded down, and he come across and just smoked me.
So
right?
he didn't say nothing.
I
He
didn't
just reached
say
over there and
nothing.
punched you right in the mouth.
He just
How hard did he hit you?
pretty good. Pretty good. It hurt.
Did you not knock you silly? Did you know what was
No,
going on?
I came up pretty quick because I don't like getting hit.
Right. And so what did you do? Were you
I
going to
was
go back
getting
up
ready
there
to
and crack
punch him, and Dwight Evans grabbed me.
Dwight Evans grabs you and says what?
He said, "Bod." He said, "Listen, he doesn't even know he did that." He
Right.
says he's not going to feel if you do hit him. So chill out.
So Boggs was fucking hammered.
Yeah, he was drunk. Yeah.
Okay, so then what was the aftermath? Did he apologize?
Yeah.
Did he
Well, no,
remember?
he came out the next day, and
Did I hit you?
I think Debbie said something to him that next day.
Like, hey,
That,
you fucking punched
You just
Boddicker."
punched Boddicker. And he says, "Did I hit you last night?" And I said, "Yep." I said, "I was going to hit you back, but Dewey said it wouldn't do any good." He goes, "Yeah, it wouldn't have." He said, "I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't know I did it."
And then you guys were good.
Yeah, we're good. We're all good.
Who was the craziest person in that clubhouse when you were with the Red Sox? Because there's a lot of candidates there.
Oil can.
But that was...
Is he R.I.P. or is he...
No,
he's
Can's
okay?
still around,
Okay,
yeah.
What the fuck?
I just couldn't remember.
I think
He's
Can's-
not someone you hear from.
Yeah. I think Can's still around, yeah.
You think? So we know.
Well,
do I
it's
need
been
to
a couple
Google
years
this,
since
or-
I heard about him. So,
So
Were
that
you
said-
still on the Red Sox when the time that Clemens got thrown out in the first inning of the playoffs?
Oh, yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
he was nuts.
That was crazy, right?
Yeah.
What year was that? Was that 80?
No, 90.
90. Okay, so was that your last year there?
Yeah.
So
That's why I came here.
Yeah, I gotta get out of this
let's get
fucking
back to. I want to
was
get back
your-
to the Midwest, get back home, and
the
get
A's
back.
were awesome, right? And the A's,
They were great.
they were great. They had been,
Here's the
going to
deal.
third
Here's
straight
what
World
pissed
Series.
me off. We had a great team.
Yeah, because
We had pitching, we had the bullpen, we had everything we needed. And we're flying. The Red Sox were the cheapest freaking organization in the world. We did not have our own plane, right? We always flew commercial. But it's playoff time.
but it was a charter commercial plane, right?
No,
Like you're on the plane.
we're on the plane 2-for-1 seating.
with regular people.
Yes.
Gin pop.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So it's playoff time. Okay, we're going to fly out. They get this cheap ass plane. We have to stop in Omaha to refuel. Right?
Right?
Yeah. What was the movie where they're Major League?
Major League, yeah. You're liking that thing?
Yeah.
the postseason.
So I mean,
You fly all the way across to Oakland, long ass flight.
We're on our way, right? And I hear the guys in the back, Dwight Evans, Jim Rice, all these guys, great hitters, Greenwell, Boggs. Oh, we can't hit him. God, no. Dave Stewart, no. Eckersley, there's no way we're going to.
You're
right. And so I'm sitting there going, whoa, why are we flying out here?
What are we doing?
Why are we doing this?
What are we even
Clemens
doing?
heard it and he flipped out.
Yeah.
Went
Okay.
nuts and put eye black on and
the
he was
plane?
throwing. He threw the ball into the stands, warming
Yeah.
up. Just crazy shit.
He got thrown out in the first inning? Or was
Yeah,
it
I think-
very early, right?
Yeah, I think it was the first inning. It might have been. I'm
Okay,
not
so
sure.
you mentioned Oil Can Boyd. I'm going to read you
Can.
a couple of excerpts from his Wikipedia page just to tell me. And so, okay, this is Dennis Oil Can Boyd's issues. He had a temperamental personality,
Oh, yeah.
would you say it, and admitted drug use during his career. Boyd was introduced to crack cocaine during spring training in '86. He later admitted that in '86 in May he smoked crack before taking the mound in Oakland. He told Buster Olney of ESPN, "I get to the ballpark, all the ball players are on the field, take a batting practice, I walk in the clubhouse, I got my pipe with me, I lock myself in the bathroom, smoke some dope right there at the ballpark." And other times it is said that he could not, in '86, in the seventh deciding game of the World Series, he's unable to appear because he was too drunk to pitch during the game. And also, he said that he used crack every day of the '86 season, and he was high on marijuana in every baseball game he played from Little League all the way through college. When you hear those things, is that true? Is that embellishment after the fact? Would you say that those things
I would say it was probably true.
And so but this guy, he was wildly talented, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But he was fucked up all the time,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, he was.
So, but at
He
the
was.
time, did you know? Did you guys know, oh, fuck, he's drinking, or he might be doing this,
Yeah,
or he
we
might
knew.
be doing that?
We knew.
And so you told me one time
You
that
pretty
you
much
were.
just let guys do what they do, though, right?
Hey.
It's
Well,
hard to
that's
get involved in
excessive, it
someone's
seems
business.
like.
Yeah.
But you used to have, there were guys who would have to be on call.
Yeah, Wes Gardner and I were always on call for Cant.
For what, who told you to be on call for?
Oh,
There's a system or whatever, because you guys, he would be out and about.
Literally, it was the Massachusetts State Police.
He'd be out and about,
Yeah, they would call us and say, "Hey, you got to come get Can out of here. We're going to raid this place."
So he'd be.
And so it was one of us had to go out and get Can.
How many times do you have to go get him?
I only had to go once.
Probably one too many.
Wes Gardner was always seemed to be somewhere nearby.
So where did you? So you get the call like 2 a.m. or something. Where did you have to go get him?
It's a bar.
So did you have to go in there and drag him out of there, or was he waiting for you?
They were pretty much had him outside waiting. So yeah.
And he was still able to pitch at a high level and do all this shit.
Yeah, it was like Boggsy go out and get just shit faced and come out the next day and get 3 hits like it was nothing. It was going, wow, how do you do that every day?
Gifted.
How do you do? Hey, it was. We always fought. It was always something. And basically, we'd go on the road, and our traveling secretary, I can't remember his name, he's an older guy. He tried to keep everything in order, right? And so, man, we get on there would be guys fighting on the plane. We'd be fighting in the lobby of the hotel. And, every time there was a fight breaking out, whoa, guys, let's go. We're going to go to the steakhouse and settle this. And then they'd pay for our meals, right? Well, Lee Smith figured this out real quick.
Did you start shit?
Yeah, and so he'd start some shit, and hey, you know what your wife said about, grab each other and be and the guy would step in, try to break it up, and our traveling secretary and hey,
let's go talk about it.
And Lee Smith would go, let's eat.
And Lee Smith used to sleep until like the 7th inning.
Yeah, he'd come in and Lee Smith was an athlete. His hands were huge.
Great
but Lee Smith, if you ever watch him, he was just slow motion. Slow motion. You get in on a basketball court, holy crap.
He's a big
Quick,
guy too,
fast,
right? Like 6'4"
jump.
or something like that.
Yeah. He just was great guy, funny as hell.
Mike, I remember you telling me this one time about cheapness and stuff like that. Did you guys really stay at like the fucking Drury Inn or Red Roof Inn across the stadium?
Yes.
With which club was that?
Orioles and Red Sox.
That you stayed right there. Forget about the nice Sheraton Royal Hotel across the street. You guys stayed at the thing next to the Denny's.
Yeah.
Did you eat at the Denny's?
Hell yeah, a lot.
See, this is what the MLBPA fought for. None of this bullshit. No more Denny's crap. You got to put us in a nice accommodation.
Yeah, well,
and not have us stop for fuel in Omaha and shit like that.
Oh God, it was awful. So I got in the biggest trouble, right? So I'm going to be a free agent, right? So they're trying anything they can do to keep me from leaving.
This is in Boston?
Boston, right. Right. So they call us all in. Okay, we're going to have a meeting with the players. And, Lou Gorman was the GM, and good, Lou. Everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
And Haywood Sullivan's there. He's one of the part owners, right? And Haywood's got an attitude. And so we get upstairs in the offices and, okay, what can we do to make it better for you? And I said, charter flights. Oh, and Haywood's going, well, teams just don't do that anymore and blah, blah. I says, flight 5023, Baltimore takes it always. United flight 5023, our charter, they still do, check it. And you could see we had Dewey Evans, we had Rice, we had Boggs and Clemens and the guys up there. And, no, and Lou Gorman's going, everything's going to be good, Mike, good. Don't worry about it. And so I'm sitting there going, I said, Haywood, you're a fucking liar. If you're telling these guys this isn't happening, it is. I literally, right? And everything was going to go on up there was supposed to stay up there. Nothing was supposed to get out. Next day in the paper, I'm a Clubhouse lawyer.
You're trouble.
So they drag you through the mud.
Guess where I went?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
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 What was Roger Clemens like?
Clemens was great with me. He was great while I was there. He used to, and matter of fact, I testified in his trial. I just come off my cancer surgery.
Yeah,
my radiation. I was sick.
So does he contact you?
No, the FBI agent showed up at my door, wanted to talk to me.
That's the third or fourth time they'd come to your door because of your other issues. I'm making jokes.
So they show up at your door, and then what do they tell you?
Yeah, you're
just
getting subpoenaed. You're
going
to fly out to Washington and testify in this court. And my wife said, "Hey, he just got through radiation. He's not capable of traveling. No, he has to." So they stuck my ass on a plane and stuck me in a $1,000 a night hotel. Oh, that's our government.
There you go.
$1,000 a night. What hotel was it?
It was a plain old freaking hotel. I mean, there was nothing special about it.
You ordered some room service?
Actually, some friends from Baltimore came over and met me, and we just went out.
Send the Blantons
up. So you're there, and you test.
Yeah.
So then what?
I testified. Yeah.
What did they ask you
Here's
about?
what happened was I met with Roger's lawyer.
Did you meet with Roger at all? Did you talk to Roger at all before this?
No, I didn't talk to Roger.
This is Rusty Harden, Roger's lawyer.
Yeah, I talked with Rusty for a little bit.
Watson's lawyer,
he said, "Listen, that's all I want you to do. Tell the truth. I don't want you to lie. I don't want you to do anything. I want you to tell the truth."
Did you need to be told that, or were you going to tell the truth?
No, I was going to tell the truth anyway.
And so you get there, and who's talking to you?
Rusty Harden.
When you go to testify.
Oh, it's the government lawyers, right? So anyway, at midnight, or was it 12:30? Knock on my hotel door. It's the FBI. They want to know what I talked with Rusty about. I said, I'll tell you that.
Were you not supposed to?
Meet me in court.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell the truth. So that's all you need to know. And so I shut the door, and that was it.
Were you not supposed to talk to Clemens' lawyer or what?
No, I mean, why not?
So they shut the door, that's it, and then you testified the next day?
They never said anything I could. Yeah, I shut the door, and I went to the courthouse the next day. And
how long were you there?
It seemed like forever. geez, God, I wasn't feeling good because of the radiation treatment.
What did they ask you?
They asked me, have you ever seen Roger Clemens take a shot? I said, yes. I've seen a lot of guys take shots. And, they perked. They had like 8 of their guys there.
Right, yeah.
And Rusty and one of his guys. And and so I said, yeah. I said, it happened every year. And you could see him perk up. And I said, every year at, about August, Dr. Pabst said, anybody need a B12 shot? Because it was a long year, and Roger would get one, that Bob Stanley would get one,
So vitamin B12 shot.
B12, it was. And I saw the bottle. It literally was on the shelf, B12.
Did you get one?
No.
You didn't like that?
I didn't need it.
Okay.
I would have if I needed it.
So
I said, they said, you sure it was B12? I said, that's what it said in the bottle. And you could see him talk amongst himself, blah, 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 blah. Okay, is there anything Roger Clemens didn't want you to say about him? I said, tell anybody. I said, yeah. And boy, they were all tickled. They thought, oh, here we go. I said, yeah, he used to, during batting practice, go over in uniform to the children's hospital and meet with the kids and sign autographs and bring them baseball stuff, and you could just see him go, oh,
God damn it.
Oh, we're dead. And Rusty's face went, yes. That was it. Now they couldn't ask me another question. They were done. Right? And so Rusty came out afterwards and he goes, hey, you just made my case. There's no way they're going to indict him now.
Yeah, that's a really poor question from a lawyer.
Stupid. There's 8 of them.
The answer.
8 flipping guys. And they couldn't come up with any better questions than that. That's our government.
So, like, when you were playing, because I know some pitchers were pissed off, like, McGuire and Sosa and all these guys were
Too bad.
were you aware? Was it like, we know
Steroids?
who's fucking doing roids?
Oh, yeah. We all knew.
Did you care?
No, not a bit.
Why didn't you care?
I didn't know. It wasn't illegal at the time.
Right.
And I didn't know what steroids would do to your body later on in your life. And if that was their decision, they wanted to do it, fine. Yeah, I mean, when you're playing Oakland and you just play a 9-inning game, you play 4 straight games, 9-inning games. In the 4th game, you're leaving to go. And there's Canseco and McGuire and Carney Lansford, and they're in there hammering these monster weights after a game, and you're going, hey, no, that ain't going to happen. No, right? They just...
You weren't getting in there? You weren't going lifting with them after games? Right?
You couldn't, unless you were on something. Everybody knew it, right?
But did anyone ever offer you anything, or did you ever think about it?
No, you could get it if you wanted to, yeah.
Did you ever think about it?
No.
Never considered it.
No, I might have gained some velocity and got crushed. I needed to be slow.
No, but like there was other, like, some guys do it to prevent injury, to bounce back from injury, anything else. It never crossed your mind, like, maybe I'll try this shit.
I was already 10 years in, and it was like, no, I ain't messing with this. No.
Yeah. Well, did you ever consider the oil can Boyd treatment, just crack cocaine?
No.
Asshole.
No, I'm not a drug guy. I'm not. No.
So you
This
leave,
is the closest I
that's right.
get.
So then you leave Boston.
Yeah.
Via free agency. You had enough of they're fucking lying about
so
the
happy.
flight and everything else, and you come to Kansas City.
Yep.
You had a rough, like I told you. Somebody told me you had a rough flight to Kansas City, and when you got off that plane, you maybe didn't want to sign in Kansas City.
I was sick as a dog.
What happened on the flight?
I had the flu.
But it was a bad flight, though.
Yeah, it was one of those kind of throw you around and drop you a couple hundred feet and, stuff going under the ceiling and stuff like that. And I had the flu anyway. It was like, because I called him down and I said, listen, I don't think I can make, wow, we got all this set up. You got to come. Okay. So if you look at the baseball card, I look like I'm death warmed over, holding my uniform up. But it was best thing ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Best thing that ever happened to me. This city, this is where I wanted to raise my family. This is where, God, it's just the best city. I've lived in a lot of cities.
Those good times at the Drury Inn, he was like, this is the place.
But Jay Heinrich said you were fucking mad when you got off that plane. You were pissed.
Well, I was pissed because of the flight and I was sick. Yeah. Jay is great. I love Jay.
What time of year did you come in? Was that November or December?
January, I think it was.
It was already after Christmas.
Yeah.
You came in. Yeah.
So then you get here, and you want to talk about names in a clubhouse.
Oh, we had a good team.
You had George Brett, you had Brian McRae, Danny Tartable, Kirk Gibson.
Bo. Bo was hurt, but yeah.
Right. Mike McFarland, Kevin Seitzer, Jim Eisenreich, and how about this fucking front four of a pitching staff? Kevin Napier, Brett Saberhagen, Mike Boddicker, Mark Gubazah. Montgomery was your closer.
Yep.
Tom Flash Gordon. Storm Davis, which was a horrible free agent signing.
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis was even worse free agent signing.
Mr. K was spending some dough, man.
Mr. K was great.
But you get
he wanted
here
to win for the city. I mean, he I don't care what it cost me. I want to win here.
But what was that
It was great.
clubhouse like compared to the Red Sox?
Fun.
Gibson was wild though, wasn't he?
Gibby would, we call him Rockhead. Yeah, he'd go 4 for 5, and in his 5th time up, he'd hit a line drive right at somebody and be pissed and break a bat because he made an out. I'm going, seriously? Come on. I remember Saberhagen's no-hitter, right? So I can't remember what inning it was, but they had a fly ball left field, and Gibby's out there playing the
It was misplayed,
circus thing, right? And they gave him an air. Mm-hmm. And I remember him coming in, and he was down at the end of the dugout, and all of a sudden he got up and he walks down to Saberhagen and goes, if you don't get a fucking no-hitter out of this, I'm going to break your neck.
Saves came through.
Yeah, he did.
So, okay, you know, obviously when you got here, he was already a legend and a future Hall of Famer. But
George.
what was it like when you got to become George Brett's teammate?
Heaven. I love George.
What did you think about him before you got to Kansas City?
Love George.
He was the guy that everybody respected, right?
Oh, yeah.
In the game.
Hell yeah. The man, everybody knew. That man can just flat-ass hit, you know? And my George Brett story was I was pitching here at Kauffman, and they had the old Diamond Vision, the crown up there, you know, with that's what they put everything on, right? So I gave up a base hit. I think it was to Bo Jackson, and somebody came around and scored. So I'm backing up the plate, right? And George is coming up, right? So I'm way back like you're supposed to be, and I'm walking up, and on the board says, Happy Birthday, George Brett, right? So I walk by, and I said, Happy birthday, George, and I walk out to the mound. And next thing you know, George is getting to the plate, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to throw a fastball right down the middle. I really don't give a fuck at this point, right? Right. So I get ready to go, and George gets in the box, and all of a sudden he steps out, and he stares out at me, and he's kind of, what the heck? You know, and he gets back in, he steps back out again. He's talking to the catcher. And I get in there, and I throw a fastball right in the middle, and he grounds out to second. And so I come in and I asked our catcher, I said, so what did George say? He goes, did he really fucking say happy birthday to me coming by me?
Mind games.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was, I had a lot of respect for the man.
Yeah, turned out you tricked him, though. He didn't know.
Yeah,
this guy's fucking with
If
me,
I'd have known, I could have thrown fastballs right down the middle of George. I'd had a lot better career against him. But
and see, I always thought that like Hal McRae never got enough credit for how good of a manager he was, because
Hal didn't like me.
He didn't like you.
Oh no, he didn't.
Was he a good manager, or was he?
Baseball wise, smart. Yes, he did. He did not believe in having fun.
Well, because I was going to say, a lot of people just think of him, the tirade Todd Lebo, where he was, you know,
you were gone by
throwing,
then.
but
he traded me 2 days before that.
But that's you know, for better or for worse, that's what most people remember from his managerial.
Yeah, Hal McRae was a good guy. Hal McRae was a good guy. He just he wanted to win so bad he couldn't. He said, you win a game and don't even think about it. Let's get ready for the next game.
So he didn't like you.
No, because I had fun. Me and Gooby had fun, but he played with Gooby and he liked Gooby. So,
like, what would you do to piss him off?
You had played against him too.
We would laugh. It was funny stuff happened on the field. Didn't matter who it was. We'd laugh and we'd
funny.
We'd mess around with Apier and stuff like that and screw around because Ape he'd get a drink and set it down and we'd go over there and McFarland was the worst, taking a sip, or Wally Joyner when he played. Stuff like that.
And you fuck with Ape. Ape was
Ape was easy to mess with. Yeah,
right.
He had his own personal shower stall. His shower head. That's the one he always took a shower on. So what did we do? We unscrewed the shower head and took it away. He walks in, looks at it, walks back out, gets dressed, goes home.
No shower.
No shower.
And so, but Mac didn't like that you were laughing and having.
No,
fun.
He didn't like that. He thought it should be more focused. And you know what? Baseball's supposed to be fun. For anybody out there with their kids, let them have fun.
Exactly.
It's about fun. I know we were in the entertainment business, but it still had to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, you want to win, but you want to have fun doing it. It's a fucking game.
Well, yeah, you look at our 2015 team. Did they have fun?
They had a great
time. You
time.
bet your ass they did.
They had a lot of fun.
Come on. It's supposed to be fun.
So we're talking about, your baseball stories. We mentioned opening day, and of course, today's the day that Bobby Witt Jr. gets his makes his debut. How did you find out you were making your open? It wasn't on opening day, right? It was in the middle of the season.
When you got called up in '83. I got called up.
How did you find out about that?
Hank Peters called up our general manager. I think it was Doc Edwards at the time up in Rochester. And said, "Hey, Palmer hurt his neck. We're calling you up, and don't give up your apartment in Rochester because you're going back." that was pretty much it.
It wasn't the pomp and circumstance of Bobby.
Oh no. Hey, you have to understand too. In Earl Weaver, I had great conversations with Earl later on, after the fact, and God rest his soul, little midget. He felt bad that I didn't get called up earlier because I had really great stats for a few years there.
Tough fucking pitching staff to
That's
get
what I said.
You
had Cy Young Award winners, Palmer, Flanagan, Steve Stone. You had 20-game winners, McGregor. I mean, Dennis Martin. You look at that staff. Where is there a spot for me?
Yeah.
So I can't bitch about that. I knew eventually, if I kept throwing well, I'd become a 6-year minor league free agent, right?
Then you could just go.
I'd go wherever I wanted to, and somebody'd take me, and my stats would have been good enough somebody would have wanted me. So, you just wait your time out, man. You do the best you can, and a lot of stuff's out of your hands.
Did you like Steve Stone?
Stoney?
Be honest.
Stoney was all right. I mean, he didn't mesh real well as far as, I don't know, our team. We had a lot of fun.
Because I feel like people in my generation became more.
Stoney won 25 games, and I don't think he pitched more than 140 innings.
But knew him from doing the Cubs games with Harry Carey.
Right.
So
he would pitch 5 innings, and the bullpen pick him up, and it seemed like he won every one of them.
Prima donna-ish, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit. But,
okay.
Stoney was all right. He was okay. I mean, he wasn't. During off days, our Baltimore club was like family,
Right.
Off days, we'd have picnics together, team-wise, Certain guys wouldn't show up, Steve Stone. But that's just the way it was,
One of the things I wanted to ask you guys.
You got 25 guys. Not everybody's going to fit.
Of course.
I mean, you won the World Series, and
yes.
you were part of that in '83. When you're in the minor leagues, when the Orioles were in the World Series in '79, the whole organization is the organization, but there's a clear difference between major leaguers and minor leaguers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
When you're watching that, what are you feeling like when you're watching the team that you want to go play for be in the World Series? Because it's always kind of a weird mix there, because you want to be there, and you weren't ready in '79.
I was not ready.
I
was not ready to be on that team. But my first spring training ever was a big league camp.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got signed in '78. So I'm 79. I'm at spring training with the big leaguers, and they made me feel like I was part of them. They were great, And so all of a sudden you get to the end of the year and they're in the World Series. You're pulling hard for the guys because they're friends of yours.
Yeah.
Even though I knew I didn't belong there, I felt like I was part of it. Which was really cool.
Yeah, that's one of the interesting things, because we talk about Whit Merrifield. He didn't get called up.
Yeah,
should have got called up.
It still seems like he's a little bitter about that.
The chip on his shoulder.
Mondesi made it though.
Yeah, he got to fucking play.
Well, if that's what you want to call it.
He got to play in the World Series.
Let's wrap this up with
Are we done?
Well, I mean, you don't have to.
We're gonna do a full orgy.
Right.
Okay.
No, we're gonna get so this is more
orgy stories.
We tell some colorful stories and cuss a lot, but I want to end with a feel good story that'll lead into why you're doing this and why you still live in Kansas City, right? And so one of my favorite stories that you tell me is about Ewing Kauffman, and about how much you loved him when he was the owner of the Royals.
Great guy.
And how much he loved the Royals, and there's no question he wanted to win, but something he did for your family and did for your mom. Yeah. Tell us that story, and then we'll kind of lead into this is one of the reasons why you love Kansas City so much and you never left, and why you're doing things like this Boddicker Foundation Bourbon raffle to continue to give back to the community.
Okay. I'll tell you the story now, but I also want everybody to understand it's just not me. You look at what Jamie Bluma does. You look what all these Chiefs players and sporting players do. Everybody is doing something to help this community. There's so many great people here in Kansas City. Best city I've ever been in. So that being said, I will tell you about Mr. K.
And that means something coming from you, because you've been all over the place.
I have been all over the place, and this is the greatest city in the world to me. So my mom, she had rheumatoid arthritis when I was born. Mm-hmm. I mean, she was really crippled up. So she wanted to come down and see us. I wanted to get her down here. And so they loaded her up in a van and bring her down here. I'd get a hospital bed because she's literally...
And where was she? She was up in Iowa?
She was up in Iowa, yeah, Norway, Iowa, where I'm from. And she wanted to come down and see us and blah, blah, blah. And so we got her at the house, got everything situated. And she tells my wife, she goes, I would really like to go to a game. And I'm going, oh, geez, how
are you going to pull this off?
Right. So my wife, who's unbelievable, she's great, she gets a hold of the Royals. Mr. K sets up his personal suite with a hospital bed, takes care of everything.
Wow.
Takes care of everything. I mean, he's wine, dine, the whole 9 yards. He is treating her like a queen.
And not every owner is going to do anything like this.
No. So everything went great. And Mom gets home and she is so happy and so excited. I haven't seen her that happy for a long time. So the next day, I got a pond behind the house and she wants to go fishing. So I wheel her down there and we're catching bluegills out of the pond because she hadn't been fishing forever. Mm-hmm. And she's sitting there and she goes, I'd like to go to a game again. And I went, oh, God, no.
Right? Every time.
Right? So, and Mr. K did it 2 nights in a row.
No shit.
He got the suite ready, got the hospital bed back in there.
Wow.
Took care of her, treated her like a queen.
Did you pitch on either one of those nights?
Yeah.
Did you do all right?
Yeah, I did all right.
All right. There we go.
I did all right.
There we go.
But I mean,
that's just awesome.
Right. I mean, and for people that, there's this younger generation, because I remember, when we loved the Royals and Todd and I growing up, it was Mr. and Mrs. K, and he was such a big part of this community.
Yeah, he was.
And you could tell he loved the Royals, and that's what they'd spend more money than other teams.
Right,
and
they were trying real hard there, and like when he's near the end of his life, all the bringing Cone back, the free agents.
But to hear a story like that,
he was just unbelievable. Mr. K was fabulous.
And
he'd come in, and especially opening day, he'd go to shake every one of our hands. Good luck this year, blah blah. He'd go to each player. Just great.
And then you didn't end your career with the Royals because the Milwaukee Brewers purchased you.
Yes.
And so but then you decided when you were done you were going to live.
No,
here.
there was no question where I was going to live.
Because you fell in love with this city.
When you came here, you bought a house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we're still in the same house.
Same house you bought.
Same house I bought in January 91.
Too bad you don't know how to fix it up with any of your fancy tools.
I just finished a bathroom.
There you go.
That's right. And so now, so here you are all these years later. You come on the show every week. You're still a big part of the community. And now you have, with your family, you've established the Boddicker Foundation,
yes.
BoddiCkerFoundation.org. And again, that's one of the reasons why we wanted to have you on today because, and again, today, this is being recorded Thursday, April 7th. Tomorrow is the deadline to buy tickets for the Bourbon raffle. You can go and purchase tickets for $5 each, BoddiCkerFoundation.org, and it's very easy to do online. And again, all the money, all the proceeds will support Children's Mercy through the Oncology Family Support Fund. And then on Tuesday, April 12th at 7 o'clock, BoddiCkerFoundation.org. We'll get a live stream.
We're going to have
raffle,
fun,
including some of these wonderful bottles.
All
that we
four
have
of these
here.
are going to be gone.
You don't have to be watching Tuesday to win, right?
No.
We'll contact you,
and you'll set up the chance for them to pick up the bourbon.
Yep.
And so for something like this,
generally we're over here at Coach's off of college and
drinking bourbon while you pass out
we're
bourbon.
passing it out, right?
Yeah, but so just tell us, and this is this really, you hear this, but this is true. All your family's a part of this. Everyone's doing this, and you've involved me.
My wife and kids, they do a lot more than I do. I come on, talk about it a little bit, but
it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, they're out there hustling, and they're out there. You got to get the tickets printed. You got to get all. I mean, there's a lot of stuff lined up to get this to work, and they do a great job.
And you gave over $80,000 last year, right?
83 with the bourbon raffle, and another 20-some for the sports raffle. So we over 100,000 last year.
And we've talked about your battle with cancer in the past, and this is something that supports the Oncology Family Support Fund.
It's more about the kids, right? Actually, it's more about the parents.
And
because those kids are resilient. They're great. Even though they're suffering and stuff, But you look at the parents' face, and they're like, oh my God, it just breaks your heart.
Yeah.
Knowing that they're going through this. I can't even fathom that. So I got one more other plug too.
What is it?
I got another charity thing going on here. My wife helps out over at the Golden Scoop.
Right.
That's Sunday. I'm going to be there on Sunday if anybody wants to stop by. But they have an auction, a little auction, and they're having a big day then, and you know somebody that's involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know John Melvin, his son Jack, works at the Golden
Jack
Scoop.
works. Yep.
And if you'd like to go out there and support.
We'll have fun.
Yeah, it's Sunday. What time are you going to be there on Sunday?
I'm not sure yet. I know I got. I got to say it's Palm Sunday. I got to sing. I'm not sure when we're going to get out of there.
You're not getting singing on this fucking podcast.
It's off 95th and All in Overland Park.
Yes.
If you want more information about
kids
that
are great.
event,
The kids are fabulous there.
thegoldenscoop.org. That's going to be Sunday, and then our bourbon raffle. Will
I'm
be
bidding on the
Tuesday.
guitar.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's the bid up to?
I don't know yet.
What's the guitar? What kind of guitar is it?
Check out the website.
I gotta go.
Go to thegoldenscoop.org. And again, you have until Friday. What time's the cutoff on Friday? Just Friday night?
Friday night, yeah.
Just keep buying tickets, $5
Yeah,
each.
yeah.
Some of these bottles are worth how much? Like,
Well, I know this one's worth probably $900 maybe.
just hold that.
Somewhere
It's about
around that.
$1,000.
This one's worth $400. This one's worth $600 or $700. We have a Pappy, which is worth $2,300, and you saw the display of the Blantons. That's going to be a special drawing. That's a great one to win. Awesome.
BottleckerFoundation.org. Buy your tickets, $5 each. You can buy as many as you want, and we have people that win multiple bottles. You know, some guys won 3 or 4 of them last year, right?
Yeah, but he put in $5,000.
Well, that's all right. Put in $5,000.
Yeah.
You could still end up coming out ahead. You know,
Yeah.
One of these things is worth over $2,000.
Well, you're giving money and you're getting bourbon.
You buy your tickets or not?
I'll buy them right now.
Most of the people who do this don't expect to win.
Right,
They're donating.
money,
It's for a great cause, and if they happen to win, great. You know, I wish everybody who helped us out could have a bottle. I really do.
Did you see how fucking mad Nate was when I told him what I
You
did?
you couldn't keep it if he drew it in net?
No. So tell me if I'm wrong here. You tell me if I'm wrong, and then we'll end this. Last year, I was drawing the names, right?
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, and we'd all purchased tickets. I'm thinking, man, if I draw my name or my wife's name or Nate's name, we're on this fucking stream, they're gonna think, oh, fuck this. This is bullshit. And so I'm pulling names, and I know Nate. I go, and it was Nate's name.
Well, you got to pull it. That's unfair. Nate gave money. He's just like anybody.
You should have. All right, look,
At the time, I was caught up in the moment, but now he's mad at me.
Corey Anderson won the Kelsey jersey.
See?
Yeah, but that's different. I'm not in the. No one's going to accuse me of being in cahoots with Corey Anderson.
This all goes back to the part where
listen.
Steven didn't get invited to Nate's wedding.
Fuck you, Nate. How about that?
No,
he bought some more tickets.
Listen, anybody that's buying tickets, we're not going to cheat anybody.
You draw my fucking name out.
If we draw Lebo's
now
name,
I know.
You're getting the bottle. I'm sorry. We're not trying to cheat anybody. I hope everybody
But if
wins the
Nate's
bottle.
there, he can't win.
Yeah, he can.
Sure he can.
Sure
Why
he
don't
can.
you be nice? He's been through trauma this week.
He's.
You know what? If you pull Nate's ticket and
I'll shove it up his ass.
if you just whatever you want to do, I'll get him that bottle and he would have won.
That's what we're talking about.
Somebody else can win it.
There we go.
I'll buy it.
BottleckerFoundation.org. The Mike Bottlecker Origin podcast will be later on down the road. We need 5 or 6 hours for that fucking thing. Mike, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate
I'm old.
it. Todd, give us one more call for someone that might want a delicious
Bag of nuts.
Oh, come on.
Jumbo bag of nuts.
Over here.
Peanuts.
What kind of nuts are they?
Guys' nuts.
I don't want to grab some guy's nuts. Oh, until next week, ladies and gentlemen, this microphone is off.